Hello, and welcome to Be Embraced, a place to foster spiritual sovereignty, freedom, and love. And I just really wanted to talk today. So here we are. And I asked what we should talk about, and I just got this feeling from what was shown to me that something needs to change. And you're trying to figure out what needs to change. So here we are figuring it out. I'm trying to figure out if I should give options like groups or if I should just do a general reading. I'm going to do a general reading. Okay, let's do this. We have the Knight of Coins. Oh, this deck is so beautiful. I went to an anime convention and got this deck. A different artist did each card. And it's been a while since the deck spoke to me like this. That I didn't already own. That is. I'm sorry if I sound far away. I'm sorry if the shuffling bothered you. This is a bit of an awkward setup here. But we're doing it. We're making it work. But this is what I felt like doing today. For at least 4 of Cups. Okay, so this could be disappointment in the area of work, disappointment in regards to something that you put a lot of time in on, something you took in your time on. Yeah, 8 of Swords, and you're really in your head about this. You feel withheld. You feel mentally just kind of tortured over it, and you're over it, and you're not seeing the fruits you expected to see. You had an expectation. That expectation wasn't met, didn't plot out, or hasn't been plotting out, because I feel like whatever it is still in the process of becoming. It hasn't plotted out as expected thus far. And so you don't have high hopes for its result, but you're also restricting yourself by virtue of what's transpired so far. You're here for some clarity, and you're in line for some clarity. A victorious clarification that will reveal itself in the process. So easing up on the end result, easing up on how things appear, easing up on what you expected to see but haven't seen so far, and being truly present in the process of whatever this is, so that the signs and synchronicities, the signs and synchronicities can present themselves to you, and you can attract your solutions. Find something to inspire you again, because maybe you were losing your itch for this. Whatever it is that got you going in the first place. But cards keep popping, but they're not quite giving themselves over to me. That was weird. Giving yourself to the process. Those choice of words were weird for me. That's why. Giving yourself over to the process. Just really diving in and, what's it called? Enveloping yourself in whatever this is. Just really becoming the process and putting your heart and soul into it, and leaving these expectations behind, leaving these disappointments behind, leaving behind the thought that you think you know what should happen, or you think you know how something should look, or you think this is the proper result. You need to let go of all of that, because there's something better that can unfold there, and you only know so much, and you can only come up with so much. You don't really know what's going to happen. You may think you do based on past results, but you're being invited to step into your power of attraction by reappointing yourself. It makes me think of Miss Bashar talk. I don't know what to call it. It's not a speech. Bashar, something Bashar, the channel message of Bashar. Something about when you're disappointed, you're disappointing yourself from your seat of power, so to speak, because you've given away the power to the external reality, which is just a reflection of something else. And sometimes it's not even reflecting what you think it's reflecting. And so the best way is to go into your internal seat of power, because look how powerful this Queen of Wands is. She just exudes power to me. We always associate the Queen of Wands as being attractive, as being hypermagnetic, as inspiring devotion. But this Queen, and I'm not saying this Queen of Wands doesn't do all of those things, but she's also quite powerful on her own. It's almost like she doesn't need all those things that she effortlessly attracts to her. She doesn't need that. She knows who she is. She is her power, and she's aware of that, and she owns that seat. It's not rented. It's not temporary. She owns that seat. That is her seat of power. This is where she belongs. And as such, other things, other beings, other people are drawn and attracted to that. They want to know what that's about. on a subconscious level. They don't even know why they're drawn to where they're drawn to. But obviously, this doesn't have to be people, but I'm getting a strong sense of people. Devotion. Obviously, I don't mean like worshiping you. Well, I guess she inspires that. I'm not saying your goal is to have people worship you, is what I'm saying. These are just metaphoric. Nine of Swords. The biggest thing, not gonna say the biggest thing, the challenge you might be facing at this time is your own perspective on the matter, your own thoughts on the matter. Yeah. This is mentally painful for you. A lot of pain is mental, which is to say, you think of it and then you react to that thought, right? Or you perceive something and then you decide mentally what that means for you, what that thing that happened means for you. You translate that, and that comes through as your feelings, your guidance system telling you, hey, this is in alignment with who you are, this is in alignment with who you really are. And when it isn't in alignment with who you really are, it's painful, it's heartbreaking, heart-wrenching even. And I can understand how frustrating this could be, seeing as how much time and commitment you've put into something, expecting certain returns, expecting certain results, which you have to make room for clarity. You have to make room for things to turn out in unexpected ways, better than expected. And you have to make it okay for things to go bump in the night. That was a weird choice of word that just came out. You have to make it okay for things to go bump in the night, which means you need to let fear dissipate. You need to let it go. You need to not fight it. You need to not cling to it. You need to not give it some deep meaning. It has its purpose. And it's not something to be rejected. And it's not something to like belittle or down or be like, oh, fear. I know people do that, but it's sacred because it's letting you know where you're at. It's a messenger letting you know where you're at in regards to what you desire. And what you picture mentally as what you desire is a limiting picture. It's fun to do, and it's a useful visualization. It's super fun, it's super useful, super purposeful. But we gotta let it go and just enjoy the feeling of it so that we can make space for that thing or better. Why limit yourself at this time, which is what's happening? Why limit yourself? That's not fun. You think things haven't turned out for you. And maybe in a mundane way, you're right. But things want to turn out way better for you than you're expecting. And in fact, whatever it is you're expecting, it won't serve you. Not in the way you think, well, maybe it will. It depends on what you think serves you at this time. But I'm sure you want freedom. I'm sure you want expansion. I'm sure you want growth. I'm sure you want to leave old ways behind you, because that's something that was coming to me when I was asking what to talk about today. I'm sure you want to stop standing in your own way. I'm sure you want to let go of others' perspectives on what success is. I'm sure you want to do these things, and that means letting go of the old ways. And yes, it's good to take your time, to be committed, to be loyal, to even take practical steps here and there, but you have to stop and ask yourself what practicality actually is in this circumstance. Is practicality downing yourself, standing in your way, aligning yourself with the problem, living in that space? Or is practicality in this new space and time, in this new age, in this new place of growth, in this new way of being, is practicality aligning with the solution, thereby letting the challenges be what they are? Strengtheners, increasing your fortitude, increasing your resilience, increasing your faith, because you're kind of forced to turn on the inside and say, what do I feel? What do I believe? Despite whatever is appearing in front of me, despite what I see. This doesn't feel great. This isn't serving me. Not allowing it to let you keep you up at night. So yeah, this is what needs to change. I'm reluctant to say the word need, to tell anyone they need to do anything, but that's the word Spirit wants to use, or your guides want to use. Needs to change. It needs to. And maybe it's because you feel like it needs to, because you're in the driver's seat here, right? All these swords. Something needs to change. What is it? That. Disappointing yourself from your seat of power. Allowing clarity come in different forms than what you expected. Victory not being where you think it is. The sword is down here, and then it's up here. And it's almost like the tool that you need, it's like in reserve. What you actually need is in reserve. It's being held when it's actually just time to take it out. I'm not sure how to further translate that, but that's cool. Maybe it has to do with confidence, this yellow glow around the hand there. Faith, it might be another reference to faith. Well, all right. I hope this helped you. I hope this met both of our goals today. Mine being to help you expand into your sovereignty, your freedom, your love, and your light, whatever that may be, through any struggles you may have, challenges that you may have. So thank you so much. I am so glad that you joined me today. Have a great day.